Hey, my name is Gerrid Smith, and I am an SEO and digital marketing strategist for orthopedic surgeons. And today I'm going to give a quick presentation on what we're doing right now to help our clients completely dominate their niches. So the presentation is titled Orthopedic Surgeon SEO and Digital Marketing in 2026. More specifically, I'm going to show you how to double your practice, reduce your dependency on Medicare and private insurance, and take more cash clients. So first and foremost, the big strategy here in 2026 is going to be ChatGPT, ranking on ChatGPT. Actually, ChatGPT just came out a couple days ago, and actually they're going to be allowing advertisers on the platform, which we're going to be one of the first agencies here in the orthopedic surgeon niche to get our clients on that platform. But specifically right now, I want to talk about the organic side of getting ranked on ChatGPT. The three core pillars for ChatGPT SEO, and again, this is specifically for orthopedic surgeons, are first and foremost third-party mentions. So these are mentions on Reddit. These are listicles that you can create. And again, everything I'm sharing here today is things that we do, but you guys can do this as well in-house. If you have a marketer in-house managing things for your practice, by all means, take these strategies and run with them. So third-party mentions, I'm just going to show you real quickly what this looks like. So if I do a search here for best Dallas shoulder surgeons, this is a market that we're in. This is our client, Kevin. Here he is ranking first, but I want to show you a couple different things here. You've got discussions and forums, and more, Google is pushing Reddit threads, subreddits, and these pages to the top of Google. And you see these actually ranking in some markets first. As a practice, you have to engage in these discussions. And again, if you've got somebody in-house, this is a great thing for them to do, be able to kind of speak on behalf of the business. And that's something that we can also help our clients with as well. But if they've got somebody in-house, this is one of the few things that's better done in-house versus having an agency handle. However, if we go down here a little bit further, right here, you're going to see top 7 Dallas shoulder surgeons in 2025. That's actually being updated. It's already updated, but Google hasn't recognized the change to 2026. And if you click on it, so this is an article that I had created 2026, and ChatGPT loves these listicle format articles. This is a really big thing that we're doing for our clients right now, is creating these top 7, top 10 articles. And ChatGPT, believe it or not, is referencing these as authoritative sources. So this is, again, not the only thing you do, but it is an important part of the strategy. You want to have a couple of these listicles out there promoting your practice. You want to make sure you are in the Reddit threads that reference practices in your area, depending on your specialty, and make sure you're engaging in those discussions. The second thing, bragging about your practice. I probably need to come up with a more creative way to say this, but the truth of the matter is you've got to brag about your practice on your service area pages. And what I mean by that is this is the time to say, here's all the awards I've won. I would reference how many surgeries you're completing a year. I would reference how many surgeries you've completed total. ChatGPT is going to collect all that information. And when somebody says, who's the best shoulder surgeon in San Diego or wherever you are, they're going to be looking at your website and determining if you are the authoritative source based on the information that you provided. And if you're just going off of traditional Google SEO, where you're just, putting the right keywords in the right spots, that's not enough for ChatGPT. You have to prove and demonstrate that you are the authority, and you do that by bragging. And so this is what we're doing for all of our clients. Again, trying to put in anything we can put on their pages. The about page as well is going to be an important one. Really, the about page, service pages, and the home page. I would be putting, we do 1,000 surgeries a year. We've done 47,000 surgeries total. Again, obviously just making this stuff up. But whatever you can share to demonstrate your expertise, you want to do that. We have clients that are coming up with new methods of surgery. That's a great thing to say, when somebody's looking for a surgeon in your area. ChatGPT will reference, not only is this guy doing, 1,000 surgeries a year, but he also created this brand new method, and, people really like it, whatever. Next point, reviews on third-party platforms. This is becoming just a huge thing. And I've got another point here on this presentation where we're going to dig into reviews a little bit deeper, but it's got to be a hugely critical part of somebody's job at your practice, making sure that reviews are being generated. Google is the primary right now, but you need to manage your review reputation on all platforms. You could have 250 reviews on Google. You could have 80 reviews on Health Grades, and you have one bad review on Yelp, and it could ruin your reputation on ChatGPT. It's not going to mess things up on Google, but that will mess things up for you on ChatGPT. So you got to be monitoring that. You need somebody responding to those reviews. And again, making sure every single happy customer is getting a review request. There's a follow-up review request so that you guys are able to generate as many reviews as possible. All right, targeted PPC campaigns. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water. I see too many orthopedic surgeons these days that are either not running PPC, or when they do run PPC, there is wasted spend, and it drives me crazy. But running PPC campaigns for orthopedic surgeons is a non-negotiable. When my clients hit the #1 spot in Google, the first thing I'm going to tell them is, okay, now it's time to launch PPC. Ideally, you want to launch them together, but you don't have to. If you're on a tight budget, do one at a time. But you can't run a business being dependent on one channel. You've got to have at least 2 channels. Hopefully, we're building more than 2 channels over time. But this is just a really great starting point. I gave some of my best suggestions in here. Again, for most clients, even in large markets, $1,500 a month goes a long way. Our average cost per leads right now, so not click, but the cost to generate an actual lead from PPC is $40. In my opinion, that's a no-brainer. These are all like surgeon related prospects that we're talking about right here. And then I wanted to share this too. Again, if you guys are running things in-house, please take this information. There's really only 3 keywords that you should be targeting as a starting point for your practice: the surgeon keyword, the doctor keyword, the specialist. So you're going to be surgeon plus whatever specialty you're in, knee, shoulder, whatever it is. Doctor for shoulders, a specialist for shoulders. Again, switch out your specialty here, but it's surgeon, doctor, specialist. Those are the 3 primaries. I would even start with surgeon and doctor, and then add in specialist as a separate campaign down the road to see how that performs, and if it's producing quality leads. If it's not, just stick with surgeon and doctor. And again, if you're in a large enough market, you can just go after the surgeon keywords. Believe it or not, these are all pretty much the same price. Surgeon may be a little bit more, but again, you're going to be able to get all the surgery related leads I think that you want. Again, especially in a big market with just the surgeon keywords. If you're in a smaller market, you've got to add on probably the doctor at the very least, but probably specialist too. But again, these are the best keywords. These are the highest converting keywords. And then after targeting these, you can dig deeper into more specialized keywords like ACL repair, rotator cuff repair, things of that nature. I'm totally fine with those. The challenge becomes in small markets, there's just not a lot of people searching for those, but in bigger markets, you can absolutely do well targeting that. Okay. I don't think there were any examples I wanted to share there. So let's keep moving on. The year of the podcast. This is going to be a big one here right now, guys. And it's funny, I don't even have an example to show you yet, but I can tell you, and I'll share a personal experience here in a second, but this is going to be the type of thing I think in 2027, a lot of other digital marketers are going to say, this is the year of the podcast because of what we're doing for our clients. Record one 60-minute session once per month. We are literally hiring somebody for our agency to be the host for the doctor's individual podcasts. So let's just, for example, say you're a San Diego shoulder surgeon. We would have the San Diego Shoulder Surgeon podcast. We have somebody on staff that would be interviewing you. You would do one session per month. And from that one session, we're going to chop that session up into 4 episodes, so 1 per week, and 10 to 15 short form videos for social media. This is going to be absolutely phenomenal for our clients. All content should be going on YouTube. Google loves YouTube. I'm not sure if you know this. It's the 2nd largest search engine, and Google happens to own it. All right, let me show you a quick personal example. If you do a search for orthopedic surgeon SEO, hopefully we can get Google to work here. We've got some different results. Of course we do. So this is me and this is me. Depending on, and it could be because I'm logged in right now. Let me just log out real quick. I think I'm logged into too many accounts. You know what? I don't actually want to do that. All right, well, do this search on your own. You're going to see the results that I see when I'm logged off. But Google is starting to integrate these videos into their platform. And this video right here, I actually got the plastic surgeon video too, but I did have way more orthopedic surgeons than plastic. But this video is ranking on the first page of Google in a video box. And again, Google is going to expand the types of media that they are putting into their search results. And so the more different types of media, podcasts, videos, websites, whatever you can create, Google wants to have a diversity of results. As you can imagine, this looks, oh gosh, now it's showing. I don't know what happened before. But as you can imagine, what it looked like before with just the 10 straight links, that's pretty boring, right? And Google wants something that feels a little more interactive, a little more exciting. So, again, this is kind of what we've done for ourselves. This is what we're looking to do for you. And as you can imagine, there's quite a few companies that want to rank for this particular term. And here we are with our own website, a LinkedIn article, and then 2 videos. I don't know how we got that one ranking there, but ideally this video here. And I don't have any short form content. This is the mistake that I've made. I have one long form piece, but ideally what you'd want to do is you'd want to have the long form episode, which would be basically a podcast episode, and then snippets where you'd say for 60 or 90 seconds, talk about maybe ACL repair or some nuanced part of your practice. And then those can rank in here as well. And again, a lot of it depends on what Google's looking for. But you can see this is ideally what Google wants. They want to have a mix of results, and the more diverse types of media that you can rank for your practice, the better. Okay. All right. Someone needs to own reviews. I mentioned this earlier, but 2026 is the year. If you guys don't have systems in place that are texting, clients after they've finished a surgery, you've got to get a tool set up. There's a million of them out there. I'm not going to recommend any of them here on YouTube. If you want to chat about it later, we can chat about it later, but you've got to get some sort of system. This needs to be a system. It can't be one person's responsibility to sit there and text people. They're phenomenal tools, but somebody needs to own this. They need to own it, and they need to be accountable and responsible to you as I'm assuming the lead surgeon at your practice every month. So every month, this is a KPI that they would report back on. We got 20 reviews this month. As a reminder, we got 15 last month, so we're moving up. Here's the new systems that we're using in order to generate more reviews. But I can promise you, your practice, whenever you go to sell your practice in the future, this is going to be probably one of the more valuable assets that you're selling are your reviews, because you're going to be able to pass on those reviews to whoever's coming next after you, private equity, whoever it ends up being. They're going to want to have 1,000 reviews from your practice. And so, I'm actually putting together a calculator right now on my website to highlight the value of a review. And every review is worth thousands of dollars in new business every year because of so many people that are looking at reviews, so many people coming through the map portion of Google. Just take my word for it. Oh, I got a mother-in-law example. This is wonderful. So my mother-in-law started a business. I'm shooting this in January 2026. She started a business in December last month, 2025. She's not an orthopedic surgeon, but she's starting a new business. And I said, listen, the most important thing you need to do is you need to go out and get reviews. Checked her rankings today. We're probably 30 days into her having a new business. Her business is completely full. She's slammed right now, and she ranks #1 in Google for the #1 keyword phrase that we're targeting. And it's because she went out and she's got like 20 reviews in 1 month. And so get out there, get, whoever you do business with. They don't have to be a client. That's the other thing. Your webmaster that you've been working with for 5 years, he can give you a review. You've got people referring business your way. They can leave a review for you. Okay. All right. That's all I'm going to say there. Let's move on. Double listings in Google. What's more powerful than ranking first in Google? Kind of like what you saw with my own personal listing. The guy that's ranked first and second and third is going to have an advantage over the guy that just ranks #1. And then you got another guy, maybe he's a more impressive, maybe he's older, maybe he's done more surgeries, ranking #2. I'm going to do a quick example here just so you can see that I did it for more than just me. Foot surgeon. All right. So this is a client of ours, and he has a practice website where there's, again, a dozen or so providers that are all part of the same Texas Orthopedic Associates. And then we've got his website that we built for him. So we were able to promote both of these listings so that he would rank first and second. We actually did this concurrently because when he started, this website had no authority whatsoever. So this is another strategy that we can do for you depending on whether you want to build a brand new site from scratch or not. But we actually started by promoting both of these at the same time. Because this was a very established website, it's been around for a couple of years, we were able to get this one ranked, I want to say certainly within 60 days, but probably within 30 to 45 because of the authority going to the site. But again, certainly with 60 days, we were ranking, I think top 2 or top 3 in Google, and then eventually had the #1 spot. And then this one took, probably 8 to 12 months to get ranked, which is pretty typical for a brand new website. It's actually pretty good. Existing websites, obviously you can rank them a lot faster, but this is the dream, right? Somebody does a search for Dallas foot surgeon. They've got a serious injury. They're looking for the top doctor. You got the #1, the #2 spot, #1 here in the maps. It's actually #1 and #2 in the maps. What percentage of people are going to be like, no, I don't want the #1, #2, #3, #4 guy. I actually want to go see who else is on this page. Not many, right? So he's obviously doing very well because of that. Guys, that's it. This is not rocket science. It's not spine neurosurgery. It's not knee surgery, shoulder surgery. Whatever you're doing is obviously very complex. But for us, because I've been doing this for 20 years, it's pretty simple. Now, there's a lot of nuances that go into how we, do on-page optimization, how we build authority links. I would take, hours to go through. But these are the absolute top 5 best ideas that, again, will help you do this. I've seen this time and time again. If you can institute these things, you're going to have enough clients that you can be picky, that you can choose who you want to work with. And you can say, no more Medicare. We're going to do a couple of private insurance a month, but then everything else is cash. So it just gives you the flexibility and the freedom to run your practice the way that you do, the way that you want to, so that you can maximize both your time and your revenue. Okay. Here's my information. You can contact me for a free audit. Again, Gerrid Smith. The unique thing about what we do is we charge nothing until you're ranking. Okay. And so, when I do the audit, I'll be like, listen, you're ranked 8th. We're not going to charge you anything until you're top 3. If you're, let's just say 20th in Google, maybe we wouldn't charge you until you're on the first page. but we believe in having skin in the game. So we're not going to charge you anything until there has been demonstrated proof that you are moving in the right direction. I'm not talking about 1 or 2 spots, unless you're like top 3, and then we would guarantee, where we wouldn't charge anything until you're ranked first. But otherwise, you're going to be impressed with what we're doing before you pay anything. Once you start paying, our agreement is month to month. So more than likely, we're going to have thousands of dollars invested in your campaign before you pay a dime. And the reason why we're doing that is because we believe that you're looking for a long-term partner. We are looking for long-term partners, and we're willing to make that larger upfront investment because we believe if we get you ranked first, like you've seen with these clients, we get you on ChatGPT, we blow up your business, you're going to want to work with us, for your career. That's my goal. I'm sure that's your goal as well. You don't want to be flip-flopping around with different guys every other year. As it stands, like I mentioned, 20 plus years SEO digital marketing experience. I got started in 2005. Here's my email, me@gerrid.com. This is one of the benefits of having a unique spelled name. Thank you, Mom. You get to have special emails like that. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Again, feel free to email me if you've got questions. But otherwise, I think that's it. Thanks for watching.